Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is going to be our prediction episode for Summerslam 2023. I, of course, Patrick Young. This gentleman to my right is my co-host, Joe Venduno.
On the first match, we get two picks, SummerSlam, Slim Jim, Battle Royal. I'll get the names that are currently scheduled for the match, so. Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, The Miz, Luke Gallows, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, Chad Gable, Karen Cross, Matt Riddle, Otis, Grayson Waller, and Ridge Holland. 15 of the 25.
So, if anyone else is doing predictions, I think this one's almost the unanimous candidate for the winner of the match, LA Knight. Yeah.
Then you say unanimous.
Okay.
There's always one.
Well, almost every other one I've seen is LA Knight getting the win here.
No, I meant in our home base.
Yeah, and I'm almost sure that this is what he's set up for. But I guess not to waste the second pick, I'm going to go with Grayson Waller here. To me, he's maybe the next most likely since he's getting time with a John Cena. He's getting time with an Edge. He's getting time for his talk show in just about every show. They clearly want to do something for him, and if it's not Waller, I think he would be the second candidate. And who knows, maybe he wins here, and this is what brings The Rock out, and he does something because his job's on strike currently. LA Knight and Waller.
As I put the two biggest things in the match would be AJ Styles and The Miz. With Sheamus being all the big thing. So this is your annual big show. Get everyone. We weren't able to fit in regular matches on the card match, but we were also getting paid millions of dollars for said match. So yeah, there's only 15 people in it. Out to 25. So I venture to say they haven't already announced you. You're either a major surprise or you're not winning this.
Yes.
So that takes up 10 of you. And then that chance of surprise, I think it's pretty clear. Even if there's people on TV doing stuff, people like Ciampa, Nakamura, Otis, and Gable, they don't have any reason from a storyline or push perspectives when they're in their story to actually win. Maybe Nakamura, because they'll heel.
Yeah.
Feels like, but other than that, I wouldn't say no to them. Sheamus' group could probably use a win, but Sheamus loses nothing by not winning Battle Royal. Meanwhile, a nice guy always is going to clamor for. Victor here gives Knight a SummerSlam win and provides a free pop from the crowd. It's pretty much on the outside here. Battle Royals are what they are, especially when we haven't announced over here the field. But at least this will give Knight his moment. LA Knight, I'll just throw in AJ Styles for star power.
Okay.
MMA rules match: Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler versus Shayna Baszler.
Well, especially with the rumors, I think that's leading towards everyone to Shayna. But for me, even without Shayna, or without Ronda taking leave of absence for however long, I still think it's going to be Shayna, because while she needs this match a hell of a lot more than Ronda does, point blank, if they wanted to make her look like a threat, have her pass out Ronda Rousey or make her tap out, or go literally the full MMA route for her, and I think she's been losing to knockouts the entire time for her. So.
Ronda might think that's real.
That's true, yeah. But either way, Shane's going to have her hand raised as the victor.
Isaiah picked Ronda. The Ronda and Shane tag team didn't last as long as most of us suspected. But obviously, the Baszler getting a big SummerSlam win moment, then I'm fine with that. Shane turned on her Money in the Bank, costing them women's world tag titles, which had long ceremonial resentment against her fellow MMA horsewoman. For these WWE, that's like some real man behind Shayna, who I feel has been doing the best work of her career to date. Last month. The funny part here is that Shayna's taking the heel route. And her character, but fans have wanted to get her to push for so long, and just like Ronda so much that she's getting the babyface reaction. It has turned babyface on account of that. And Ronda's believed, I'll say, to be on her way out for the time being, and even if that's not the case, I think she will be pulling over Shayna here. The entire feud seems custom built to get Shayna into a singles run with some heat on her, and beat Ronda puts her in a position of potentially challenging for the singles title and looking like a threat. The MMA rules simulation is kind of an X factor here. Of course, both of these two have a great skill set, but WWE does not have a good track record when it comes to presenting other combat sports in the context of a pro wrestling environment. Either way, expect Shayna to come out of this victorious and Ronda to at least take some time off for now. Shayna Baszler. Ricochet versus Logan Paul next.
Yeah, so this match is more or less on the card to get that viral moment because they've pretty much been saying as such, like that. Oh yeah, Ricochet, that's all you're good for, making the viral moment and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that means there's going to be a moment there for him. But as far as the winner goes, I'm gonna go with Logan Paul here. I don't think minus The Miz, I don't think he's actually gotten, minus his matches that included The Miz, he hasn't gotten a win. And he could use one going forward if you want to keep him as a threat. I do expect a crazy athletic match though, and it should be a lot of fun. But Logan Paul, I'm pretty sure is going to be the one walking away.
Isaiah picked Ricochet. At this point, there's one of the major day pay-per-views about to air, which will probably expect Logan Paul to feature in the card. I think this is that notion. There's been a lot said about how Logan has proven himself as a performer in the ring, and it's true, so using him in the part-time special attraction slot makes a lot of sense. And while originally I wouldn't expect him to face Ricochet on a show like SummerSlam, I can't say I'm upset by it. It's nice to see Ricochet get a high-profile match on one of the shows where he normally will be competing in and not winning the Battle Royal. This feud stems from they make some money in bank, but really stems from their big move at the Royal Rumble. Animosity coming out of that, which then the animosity coming out of bank. So it's a good excuse for a match as anything else, really. Logan and Ricochet are both viral moment makers in their own right, and I would be legitimately shocked if this match didn't create a moment.
Yeah.
That is using highlight reels going forward. Match second to open the show, so that Logan can make it to his brother's fight against Nate Diaz and Dallas later in the night. And while Ricochet win will do huge things for him, I don't disagree with. Mm-hmm. He's benefiting by being in a high-profile match already at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see a situation where Logan doesn't ultimately get his first win since last year's SummerSlam. So yeah, Logan Paul. WWE Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther against Drew McIntyre.
I think bottom line, Gunther's walking away with the title. Whether if it's DQ or not is going to be a different story. Where Imperium getting involved, I think that's your best bet on who's going to win rather than the other. But usually for me, I usually stick. If someone's going to retain, I usually stick with them getting the win anyway. Yeah, Gunther is like a little less than a month away from being the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. So I don't necessarily see that stopping right now. I can see Drew getting a win off of disqualification or count out or interference or something. But I don't think he's walking with the belt. But usually my principle, I'm sticking with Gunther.
As I picture McIntyre. As I see Drew back on WTV, make her a bit of time off, and bring him to face Gunther for the Intercontinental title. He's not going to be able to get back in this. Drew and Gunther have had some fantastic interactions in the ring, including the triple threat for the IC title alongside Sheamus for WrestleMania 39, which is with us almost every year, and of course already.
Yeah.
That's still in the run for the match of the year, so I'm pretty sure.
It is.
So, there's no doubt that these two are going to deliver a literally hard-hitting match that has every chance to steal the show. All wise, it's a pretty impressive card from top to bottom. All that being said, it's inconceivable to me that WWE will take the title from Gunther right now. I think I read the other day, I know it might be today, I don't know, that Gunther's just 34 days away from breaking the Honky Tonk Man's 35-year record IC title ring. It might not be today, but still, while I'm right, so it's only 34 days and there's that month Pat was talking about. And while there might be some value in a storyline where Drew stops Gunther just short of record, it does Gunther much more good to set the new record than would Drew stop him on Dylan show. With Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci in the mix, it's an easy way to have Gunther win. But now Drew, who's an idiot for shine, this should be a extremely physical, very enjoyable match with Gunther holding on to his title once the bell rings. winner of the WWE Women's Championship match. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair.
So, my usual rule is don't ever bet against Charlotte Flair. However, that was under a different regime. Where this one may be a little bit, this regime may be a little bit more friendlier to a Bianca or even Asuka. With Asuka being one of the longest reigning champions ever, minus Gunther for the NXT UK. I don't necessarily see the point of taking the belt off of Asuka just yet. I would say she's not really a third wheel, but she's almost there. Where I think more people will be interested in seeing a Charlotte Bianca match, and Asuka just happens to be there. So towards that, she's going to keep the title. Also, there's a built-in story with her and Io and the briefcase and the title that's still looming in the distance. So this one, I don't necessarily see the title changing hands here.
Isaiah picked Charlotte. Well, most of the SummerSlam matches, I think, are fairly easy to predict. I'm not as sold on the story of the women's title match. That's not to say I want Asuka to lose the title, or that Charlotte and Bianca need a title run.
No.
But there's at least more of an even meal here. So, the most solid matches. The most frustrating thing about this particular feud has been how Asuka's more or less a second fiddle. Maybe not, I want to say not important, but more or less a second fiddle.
She's more involved, but it's more like she seems the one that has the least momentum to it.
Yeah, and her own title feud, as Bianca and Charlotte have been largely targeting each other. That's led to largely few years Bianca teases target heel, and Charlotte does her Charlotte thing. The undisputed this won't be good. For one more great in the ring, and they should be able to play off each other quite nicely. The way that Charlotte and Bianca have been focused on each other sets things up rather nicely for Asuka to see their tunnel vision, to use their tunnel vision and retain her title. So I'm picking Asuka. But I'm also going to go out on a limb here and just get out of the way now. If Io cashes in tonight, I guess in the girls, I would take Io and win the title though.
I agree.
Now, originally I was going to say no, but Bayley's been close to her. She's been getting distracted by Bayley with a lot of matches.
Yeah.
That I can see being the opposite effect.
So, however, I would say I'm not sure if it's going to be tonight.
No, I was just throwing it out there because it's a big show, and she has been involved.
She's been involved.
Right. I feel like she's been involved too much.
But I think Bayley is with Shotzi, or is involved with Shotzi, and I don't necessarily see just another wrench thrown into that for Bayley, because I would assume if Io wins the title, Bayley and Io are feud's almost imminent.
But yeah, it has to be. I agree. But if she does cash in, no matter who she's against, I will say Io walks out as your new champion.
I'll let you go say whenever she cashes it in, I think she's getting involved.
The reason I say the women's division on SmackDown is kind of a bit stagnant, even just a few months after the draft. One more star power roles, but also more stagnant.
Yeah.
And SummerSlam is exactly the place for a big moment like that to happen. It also doesn't hurt that SummerSlam is her damage control debut.
Sure.
So this will, but if she does win, shakes things up in the division, boosts Io as a star, sets a new direction for the women's championship going forward. Also provide big title change that WWE can use as some of the monument is SummerSlam in the coming weeks. So yeah, I'll go with Asuka. Io, if she catches on somebody else wins. Asuka for the match though.
Yeah.
Next, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so Cody's finishing his detour story, essentially with Brock Lesnar here. And yeah, that's pretty much what the story is. Cody's finishing up with Brock. Cody's going to beat Brock.
Well, that was nice to the point.
Yeah. It's finish the story, but he's finishing the Brock story, not the Roman story. Obviously, Cody wins.
I think that Brock. Because he goes over I was picking. I'm sure of that. Yeah. Cody's been trying to pull away Brock's just after WrestleMania, and now it seems like the right time to do it. The Cody vs. Brock feud pretty much felt like a post-WrestleMania to SummerSlam feud for the jump. And this rubber match means number 3.
Yeah.
These are tied. Does not mean they gotta place a condom on their opponent to win.
It means they gotta get fully erect, put a condom on, take the condom off the pole, put the condom on their pole, and then just do like lightsaber fights with themselves until one of theirs breaks.
Very much the culmination of rivalry between the two.
Yeah, get that visual out of your head.
Between these two I mean, it did stack Sable and Brandy.
It did.
So now I'm kind of interested in the visual.
Yeah. That's what a rubber match means, people.
Yeah. Cody has been booked far better than others who have had these short-term feuds against Brock have, and he's staying on his very solid ground to try to maintain his momentum on the way to complete his story. Take a drink on the Cody Rhodes drink deep for that phrase is used. That's why I said complete and not finish. Cody got the first win against Brock at Backlash. Then lost some cursing with a broken arm and Night Champions. I love that they didn't play stipulation on this match because it doesn't need it. All we need is for Cody and Brock to go in there, beat the living shit out of each other, maybe break the rules and bleed, and end the rivalry from now. Cody's been taking beats from Brock and Leo to this match. That sets Cody up having to slay the beast, which seems like that has to be the end game. Brock's going to take his months off, more likely to go to the road WrestleMania. And the storyline is pretty much one where Cody needs to pass this obstacle and prove himself as worthy going for the title. I would be legitimately shocked if anything other than Cody and the win happens here.
Yeah.
Cody. World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins defending against Finn Balor.
For me, this was the hardest one to pick. As I can see Seth Rollins maintaining the title, I can also see Finn getting the title here and going with Priest. Or continuing his... Is Priest going to cash it in on him or not? And honestly, I think it's going to be Finn that walks away with the championship here. Just going by intuition here. For SummerSlam, I don't necessarily think a lot of titles are going to change hands. And it could add a big moment to the biggest show of the summer. Also, I think it leads to more intriguing story between Priest and Finn. And also at least showing how dominant the Judgment Day is by all of them having something. Where if Seth retains and moves on to the next challenge, which I don't know what's automatically lined up except for somebody returning, which is a very real possibility. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very real possibility. Yeah. Orton's name's been thrown around, Bray Wyatt's name's been thrown around. Yeah.
Cody's getting one of them I'm playing right now. Because I think what they're doing, Cody is just fighting everybody that Roman has a history with.
Yeah.
On the way back to Roman. So I could easily see Bray or Orton go right to Cody.
True, yeah.
Yeah, I know I said Bray, but Roman has a long enough history with... Bray really started this character. So...
Yeah.
I can see one of them's getting Cody. If they're back.
To me, I think there's just more intriguing things with Finn coming up here. As well as I don't necessarily... If they go up against Cody, sure, but if they go up against Seth, I don't necessarily see the returning people getting automatically booed either. Minus the song chant.
Oh, no. We're just trying to boost Seth versus Bray.
Yeah.
The one was Seth versus Bray. Last time Seth was babyface and Bray was a heel.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Finn here.
Made Undertaker and Big Boss in a Hell in a Cell playing classic.
Yeah.
So, Isaiah picked Seth. I can absolutely see the argument for Finn winning the World Championship at SummerSlam. Seth's initial weight champion is now over 3 months. And it feels it's been very solid and non-real title run. It's been, in addition to Judgment Day's on fire right now. Which is right, if you click in, you have Rhea as a dominant world women's champion. Dirty Dom holding on to the NXT North American title until this Tuesday. And And Damien as Senor Money in the Bank. Finn's only member of the group without some kind of accolade, and will be poetic if you reclaim the top tier title in WWE over Seth around the stories of built on the past. And yet, I'm skeptical that's going to happen. I do think it would be best from a storyline perspective. But while like a 70-plus stage as champion solid run, WWE could keep the title set to establish it further. Seth is still incredibly over with the fans, and he's added a lot of shine to the title. While Judgment Day World Championship does seem a little too much like trying to replicate the Bloodline success, even if the stable dynamics are obviously quite different. Seth and Finn will no doubt deliver here, but I have a strong inkling that Seth retains, and that will bring the bubble intention to win the Judgment Day back up. I hope it's a more storyline they have going. It doesn't derail Judgment Day, which has been a wonderful vehicle for elevating all four of the members. Regardless, I could be very much wrong here, but I'm going with Seth to come out on top first.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah, I'm not really all that sure, but
yeah.
It was difficult for me.
Undisputed WWE Universal Championship Tribal Combat Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Well, you get to the other side of the spectrum here. This one was rather really easy for me to pick. As yes, of course, it's going to be Roman. However, that doesn't mean just because it's going to be easy to pick doesn't mean it's not going to mean I don't enjoy it. As I'm thoroughly looking forward to this match and seeing the next step in this Bloodline storyline. But I'm 100% sure that Jay may have been maybe a good candidate to beat Roman, but he's not the best one to beat Roman. It's Cody. Roman wins.
I say pick Roman, and yeah, I don't know how much we can say about how great the Bloodline has been. It's a testament to the late start that even a shadow of a doubt as to whether Roman Reigns will retain the title here. That said, it's only a shadow of a doubt, and it's not enough to convince me. Jay challenge of Roman has been a real full circle moment for main event Jay. And he has not dropped the ball in any way. So, of course, it's expected this match is going to be fantastic. With plenty of drama, the crowd will be ridiculously into. I expect WWE to put this match in a way that we believe in Jay is going to get the pin multiple times.
Yeah.
That said, the trial combat stipulation, which is WQ no count, kind of sells that Roman's going to win here. Sure, Jimmy could come down and outsmart Roman and come in by getting involved in close to Roman in the title. But the advantage is clearly with Roman and company. While Roman's at the point where he could lose the title any time and will be okay, I do think he's holding on the way to WrestleMania, so they can have the Cody versus Roman rematch. That means that something will happen here to close Jay to win. My only concern is that this storyline has just such a behemoth that Jay and Jimmy are now kind of out of the bloodline. Like, they're pulled away from the bloodline. And if the stable does end, I don't know where they go.
Yeah.
It would seem very odd, like, Jay loses and then just goes on to come through for the IC title. Like, at that point. Like,
I could see him kicking them off, him getting a match with Jimmy. And where, if Jimmy wins, he becomes champion, but if they lose, both of them get shipped to Raw.
Yeah. Or, like, something like that. Yeah, by the same token, are they going to be able to keep repeating all these, all his success all the way to WrestleMania and have maintained momentum? For Jay, I mean, we'll see, but for now I think it's hard to say. Jay dethrones Roman here, Roman. I think it would feel weird that Jay just moves on.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be weird with him not being part of Bloodline story at all. Going forward. Unless there is something else.
Yeah. That we haven't seen yet. Or not foreseeing.
And that's that Jimmy has listened to Heyman. And that he does blame Jay for him ending up in the hospital, and Jimmy turns on Jay.
Yeah. And
they get right back in it. Yeah, but that's what we have for SummerSlam. There is a original show booked here, and there's a potential I should deliver in Big Big Light. That'll do it for this, and then we'll be back with the review if it's over early tonight or not later early next week. See you then.
See you then.